digitally have been created really for international, national, regional advertising. Back in the day, local media was a pretty simple affair. Most towns had a single publisher who decided what news was fit to print. Most towns, that single newspaper was often the best place for someone who wanted to reach their audience to publish their opinions or to publish their advertisements, because that was the single best place to find your local audience. Obviously, times change, and social media and the 24-hour news cycle have really flooded our media experience. We've all experienced this. A lot of us have watched our children experience this, and it's created this incredible competition for our eyes on the few inches of screen that we all carry around in our pockets and our purses. A lot has changed. In some ways, the digital media revolution has overturned both local media and local advertising, and in some ways changed it forever. But really, we don't think it's changed it nearly as much as you might imagine. So, going back here, take a closer look. This is a train car full of people absorbed in words and pictures that tell stories that help them feel connected to the world where they live. And it's not just hard news, and newspapers never were hard news. You know, this guy's reading op-ed, or this guy looks like he's doing a crossword puzzle. That guy over there is maybe looking at a car ad. The guy in the middle, I think, is telling the woman there she sat on his hat. And really, you look here, and it's the same story. The device has changed. People have given up a paper device in favor of a digital device. Hats are out of fashion. But you're really looking at a lot of people absorbed with words and pictures that tell stories that connect them to the world where they live. And that's ultimately the experience that we're centered on, and it's ultimately the experience that all of us know deeply but don't always recognize. We know good stories. We know good storytelling, and a lot of us are actually pretty good storytellers. It's a natural thing humans do. We're social. We like to connect. We like to belong. And really, it's a question of how do we find a way digitally to help people connect and belong here, where we live, where we work, where we play. And if you're going to be a storyteller, or if you're going to have stories told about your goods and services, your organization, your donors, your employees, your opinions, you need to be really good now, because there is a lot more competition for that little screen that we all look at, that they're all looking at, and there's a lot more competition for that attention that none of us really give up lightly. We all know this feeling of just scrolling through until something really engages us. The Facebook ad folks, they're saying is figure out how to stop the thumb. How do you put something in front of people that has them stop the thumb and look at that piece of content, because that piece of content engages them? And that ultimately comes down to good storytelling, and it's really what I want to focus on right now. It's our job, and really it's your job as organizations, as businesses, as advertisers, as advocates in these communities to figure out how to tell your story in words and pictures in ways that help you connect to your audience. And the first lesson here, this is a Chiofredi ad that we've kind of run through the DailyUV sort of vision here. The first important lesson is really good print ads don't necessarily mean really good digital ads. This is a print ad for turmeric pain relief medicine capsules, I think. And this is the same ad done the DailyUV way. And I just want to point out, this is what we do, digital storytelling. Stories need to connect with the user. The title is directly addressing the reader. The image is three-dimensional, drawing you in a way that a flat print ad really struggles to do. It draws you in and centers you on a man and his daughter out on a blustery day, enjoying each other, enjoying life. And good storytelling doesn't try to sell a product. It tries to sell a way of life that you want to participate in. The image here sets the context. I want to not have my pain get in the way of what I want to do with my family, with my friends. And the text below gives good information, helpful information about the product and how it works, but it doesn't do a hard sell. It helps the reader come to a point where they can make a decision, and makes that decision easy for them if it's done well. And that's really the first piece of what we do, is we try to help people tell their stories well. Now, this is turmeric pain relief. We've got nonprofits here, we've got for-profits here, we've got people who are interested in trying to find a local audience for their goods and services. A lot of different types of organizations here, all connected by the fact that we all live here. You may not feel like you have many stories, but there are a lot of stories in everybody's business, and those stories revolve around the people who make that business work, the people that business or organization touches, and the history of your connection and your place within these communities. And we've got a perfect example of this. I saw Allegra Lebrano try to hide a minute ago. Allegra, where are you? Allegra. So, this is a blog we launched about 6 weeks ago with our colleague here, Allegra Lebrano, called Worth Knowing. And Allegra's really pioneered this and really done incredible things with this. Right here, you're looking at a blog where she is taking a lot of content that we've been seeing for a while. Press releases, word on the street about a business expanding or a business relocating, someone getting a new certification and moving up, or moving between businesses, or moving into a different office within a business. And we've taken that, and Allegra's put it through really a digital storytelling process. Here's a story about Upper Valley Compost Company. Big Fatties expanding in the engine room. Country Cobbler relocating in West Lebanon. These are stories that are really the basic stuff of what happens to businesses, what happens to organizations in this place where we all live. And it works. We have Eric Francis over here, who is a blogger of accidents, mishaps, crime, and mayhem. And Eric gets the most reads of anybody who publishes on our site. And he writes stuff very professionally, he does a great job, he has a lot of readers who follow him. Worth Knowing is the second highest reads. And it's this kind of content. Why do people care? Because people care about words and pictures that help them feel connected to where they live. And these sorts of stories that Allegra's been producing are exactly the kind of content that give people a sense of place that's very hard to find otherwise in the digital medium. So, there are ways to tell stories better on digital. You have stories to tell, and this is proof. And so the first step we really talk about is learning to tell your story well. The second step is learning how to spread the word. We built DailyUV around the idea that you could control the look and feel of your content in a way that those words and pictures really pop on a phone, on a laptop, and you can then take that content, which you control in terms of its look and feel, and share it very easily on social media and share it easily on email, driving those readers back to where your content shows best. You control the look and feel, you bring people to where you look best. And that's really the core of reaching an audience that's not going to come to a standalone blog, is not going to come to a paywalled or a siloed website, is not necessarily going to come to your website no matter how good a web designer you have, unless you spend a lot of time trying to get that website marketed in front of a very big audience that's not easy to reach. We believe that having lots of different stories told on our platform and shared through social media can start to penetrate the Upper Valley in a way that people come to think and view DailyUV and all of the different contributors who create content on DailyUV as the place they want to be to reconnect with or connect with the things they don't know, have forgotten, would like to know about the Upper Valley. And we've also built around the idea that your content should accumulate and endure in a single place. We call these profile pages. And these profile pages accumulate every time you post. The story is added to your profile page, and your profile page becomes an enduring digital presence, not just in a feed, but a place that really your customers, your donors, your friends can find what you do and the stories about you all in one place. We think that the combination of social sharing, good storytelling, and an enduring digital presence can really give people a much better value in terms of their digital place in the Upper Valley. And that really is the story of what we do. We try to help you tell your story and tell your story well. We make it easy for you to spread the word, and we believe you should start here. So that's all I have to say. I'm happy to answer questions. We have DailyUV subtext people all around the room. Ask them questions. If you're curious about more, we're happy to talk about it. This is what we do. This is what we live and breathe, and we're having fun. And we know some of you who are working with us are having fun too. So glad to have you all here. Glad to see such a turnout, and welcome and thanks.